Hey there guys, and welcome back to Leeds Career Mode of FIFA 14 with me, Zen Savage. And today I'm going to be walking you through the scouting side of youth. Basically, it hasn't really changed much. Your scouts are pretty much what they were before. You send them to a certain region and they look up players. So they've kept the old way of doing it as well as included the new, which is pretty nice if you can't be bothered going through each individual player and you want them to go through it and advise what you can get for what money you pay for the scout. We're going to have a look and see if we can sell a few players now. Obviously, I would love to sell Michael Brown, but he's retiring at the end of his contract, so there's really no point. I could end his contract, but that's just going to cost me money, and unfortunately, there's no point. So, Michael Brown is definitely going anyway. Danny Pugh, as you just saw, I've put him on the transfer list. Don't rate him whatsoever. No idea why we bought him in the first place. David Norris, really surplus to requirements. I don't really need him, so he can be also added to the transfer list and see if I can get some well-needed funds for a decent striker. I'm going to add a few to the loan list as well. Ross Killock, future centre-back for Leeds. Simon Layton, I'm going to add him to the loan window as well. Possibly Charlie Taylor. I'm going to add him out for loan because basically I don't really see the point in keeping them if they're not getting games. Alex Carnes is going to go out on loan also. And I think I'll keep Zach Thompson because he could be a part of my plans this season. He's a 62 overall and he's going to grow a lot this season. Ryan Hall I'm going to loan out as well because I don't really need him, especially since the fact I have already acquired two more midfielders, and here they are. Aaron Wildig, as I was telling you in the last video, I managed to get him for 625k, and Jordan Graham from Aston Villa, who I have heard good things about, so I'm hoping that he will grow to be a fantastic player. He's only 18, he's a right midfielder, and I'm hoping he'll be an ideal replacement for Snoddy, because in my eyes, we never really replaced him. Anyway, on to the game now in the Capital One Cup. It's against Bristol City. As I said in the last video, I'm not playing a weak team whatsoever. I'm really going for it. I really want to win this game. Bristol City have caused me grief in previous FIFAs, so I'm not risking anything whatsoever. I'm giving Ross Killock a run out, Charlie Taylor. These are players that I feel should be in my squad come the end of the season if they've grown enough. If not, I will probably sell them on and let them do what they want. I'm going to give a few players a rest as well. I'm going to give Rudy Austin a rest if I can. I want to play my new player. Wildig, I think I'm going to give a run out today. Looks a promising prospect, so let's get him a few games under his belt and see if we can find out what kind of player he is. So I'm going to replace him with Murphy and give Murphy a rest. I do want to play White, but I think I might bring him on as a sub later on in the game. And I'm pretty happy with that. I've rested everyone I want to, and on with the game now. We're at home, so we are in our home strip of white and blue, if that's what you want to call it. And as you can see, the start up here is... I apologise guys, I seem to have had a few issues with Windows 8, which if anyone is thinking about getting, please don't. It is the biggest pile of shit ever. It really is. It does nothing but crash and all sorts for me, so really don't take the plunge and get Windows 8 because it's just shit. There, I think that's the perfect word to sum it up. A big steaming pile of shit. Anyway, rant over about Windows 8. We are on about Leeds United here. Ross Killock, number 34, will be looking to impress today and stake a claim in the team before he goes out on loan. If he goes out on loan, we'll see what happens. And Bristol City were causing me a few problems early on already. Coming forward with some intent. That Brian, who I've actually scouted myself, is looking rather threatening, and they almost paid off here as he has a shot which cracks the crossbar one. And I'm really lucky they didn't score there because it's pretty much an open goal. Paddy Kenny's in absolute no man's land. He's nowhere near it if it's on target, and I can consider myself lucky that I'm not 1-0 down. However, it didn't take long for me to be 1-0 down. Some shocking defending of horrible quality. And Baldock has punished me for it. He has bent me over and spanked me like a little bitch because Paddy Kenny, it's suspect goalkeeping, to be fair. It's straight at him, but it goes right underneath him. It's past him before he knows it. It's just too much pace on it, and I can't really blame the keeper. The only person I should really blame is myself. So we're 1-0 down, and to be honest, I 100% deserve it. But we had a really good chance here with Smith, who smacks it against the defender. And Michael Tong has a shot, but that is absolutely miles wide, and that's all I could have expected from Michael Tong. 31st minute, and that is really my first effort that I had. Dominic Pollon came into the game later on though, and just on the stroke of half-time we really looked threatening. McCormack gave it to Dawson, and Dawson put a lovely cross into the box, but nobody was there whatsoever. And we really are desperate now. I really need a goal before half-time. It'll change the whole complexity of the game, and that is definitely not the way to get it. That is a really poor cross. I was absolutely fuming that I did that. And I thought that was it. We're going to go into half-time losing 1-0. And I would have, if not for this awesome play. Dominic Pollon finds the net. He's been really poor this half, but that is a fantastic finish. And it's not what I deserve whatsoever. The last 10 minutes, they've been a little bit under the cosh, but for the rest of it, they were all over me. They looked like they wanted it more, and we looked tired. So 1-1 going into half-time, I would have taken that all day, judging on the performance that I've had today, and I really need to pick it up in the second half, otherwise I am going to lose this game and be out of the cup. And Elliott here almost made it 2-1 before half-time, but for a fantastic save from Paddy Kenny, which makes up for the first goal, definitely. And that was it. That was the last action of the game. Drawing 1-1 at half-time at Ellen Road. And as you can see, Michael Tong looking very, very disappointed with himself, and rightly he should. He's been absolutely useless this half. Not in the game at all, and I decided that was it. I wasn't going to put up with it anymore. I was going to make some changes. So I decided to bring him off because he's looking tired as well. And I brought some pace on in A.D. White, who I was hoping could be a super sub and really give us a kick up the arse, because it was well and truly needed. And that was pretty much the only change that I made for now. I will change some at some point. Mike Smith's not been very good either. He's only had one shot for the entire half, and his passing's been pretty shit. So I brought A.D. White on for Michael Tong, who looked very despondent and disgusted with himself coming off in the first half. And Bristol City went as they led on. They tried to get that second goal, and that is a blatant foul, and I'm lucky I haven't been booked for that. And sure, he could make me pay here, but he skies it over the bar, and I consider myself very lucky that he didn't work Paddy Kenny. Ryan Taylor, unfortunately, was injured in that attack. Matt Smith came into the game a bit more in the second half. Could have got on the end of a cross there. And Sam Byram having a shot which was blocked well by Bristol City, but we started to come into the game, and Dominic Pollon scores his second of the game. Absolutely fantastic goal. And teach me. Please teach me. I love that celebration. I have no idea how I did it, but I really, really liked it, so I included it. It's a brilliant finish, tucked right under the goalkeeper, and Bristol City will feel very, very hard done by here to be losing this game, because they really shouldn't be. They've been the much better side, and we've punished them for not taking the chances, and we wrapped it up actually in the 83rd minute. Ross McCormack scoring there, and that was the game done and set and match. Bristol City will be very, very disappointed with that. I was delighted with it because I really didn't deserve to win this game by the margin that I am going to, because we were shit. Really, really shit. If we play like this in the league, we are going to get dicked. Well and truly fucking battered. And Harewood has been a bit of a tank in this game. He came on as a sub actually in the second half. I forgot to mention that, so apologies guys. And Fielding also has been very good. The keeper for Bristol City has made some worldy saves, and that's never going to challenge him. Pollen should feel ashamed for having a go from there. And Harewood almost got them another goal back if it hadn't gone over the bar. And we're just trying to hold out now for the win to get into the next round. And that was a fantastic ball. If Matt Smith had just not been offside, to be fair to him, he's tried to do his best to get back onside, but really he shouldn't be in that predicament in the first place. He should be well onside in that. He's just too slow. He's really not good enough for the championship. I'm sorry, but he's not. Especially not on FIFA. He can head a ball, but that's about it. I know that's a bit harsh of me to say that, but it's true. And Wildig had a pretty good debut. Assisted one of the goals, so he can pat himself on the back, and he will be used in the future. I'll give John Graham a run out in the next game or so. So we won that game 3-1 comfortably in the end, and I got a few transfer offers. One for Darren Norris, and I'm definitely going to take that 250k. And we've got some more scouting reports and some player conversations, which I'm not going to bother with because I'm pretty sure it's Tom Lee saying that he wants to leave because he's not getting regular football or he's not happy at the club or something. You'll find out more about that in the next episode. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I will be definitely looking up Joe Bryan because he caused me all sorts of problems. Cheers for watching, guys. See you later.